I hear a lot about long COVID, so I'm even curious how, and I think I know your answer, how can someone recover from long COVID if they're suffering from those symptoms?
Yeah, I guess what the underlying philosophy of the Nutritarian diet is the same diet that slows aging and maximizes human longevity, also maximizes your chance of keeping well and staying well and reversing disease. So they've got to ratchet up the quality of their diet. They got to eat the sprouts, the microgreens, the mushrooms, get all the junk food out of their diet, lose body fat, do all the things we talk about on a Nutritarian diet. So the body is, all we're doing is enabling to excite and allow the miraculous self-healing properties of the body.
I knew you were going there.
Fully manifest itself.
Right.
And of course, we're talking also about not taking the vaccines that are against COVID that could potentially hurt your heart or hurt your immune system. It's still somewhat experimental, and I'm trying to have people rely on their own innate immunity and not take drugs and not take vaccines and minimize your exposure to medical technology where you don't know the long-term effects in your body. It's all you're a human guinea pig. So much more faith in nature and living a natural life and staying away from especially new medical technologies. And as we learn in medical school, all drugs are toxic, and most of them increase risk of cancer, and you don't get something for nothing. If something has some efficacy, it also has some risk involved. There's some risk-benefit ratio, and to think that vaccines have no harm or no risks involved is just very simplistic. So if you want to avoid these serious illnesses, you got to stay away from drugs, including vaccines.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were talking about this the other day where I think we were actually talking in the context of psychedelics that are shown to help with some depressive symptoms. Yeah. It's all about like weighing pros and cons. So even I think your views as a medical doctor is really cool, because you're saying, does that drug make sense here, or does it make more sense to not take it? So based on the individual's needs and where they're at, but you don't get something for nothing.
There's some risk involved.
The magic pill always has some side effects.
If it's magical, it has some potential risks too. There's no magic in the healthcare arena.
Right.
You have to earn good health.
Through healthy living.
Yeah, health is earned. You can't buy it.
This is so funny that before he's saying it, his some famous quotes are just ringing in my head, and then you say it. But really, I just love the body as a miraculous self-healing machine, because that is something that's very easy to understand. When you eat the right foods, you're really letting your body heal and repair. And through anything, through long COVID or autoimmune conditions, it's all about getting the nutrients and letting your body repair and do the healing for you.
And that's the most rewarding part of my career, is seeing people that were seriously ill and suffering make complete recoveries from serious illnesses like lupus. I once had a girl who was 16 years old who was on the National Renal Transplant list waiting for a new kidney with lupus, with a creatinine of 4.2, which means her kidneys are all shot. She needed a transplant. And she made a complete recovery. Creatinine went down to 0.8, and she got rid of her lupus.
So
it's crazy. Just, isn't that crazy? And that makes you feel so good, right? About how you were able to change these people's lives.
I feel like that's why when you went into retirement, semi-retirement, is why you actually started the retreat, because you didn't want to stop working with people in that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's so much fun.
And, on a smaller scale, just in terms of long COVID, when I was 16, what really got me so... I went from just doing the Nutritarian diet at home because my parents, that's what they served, to it really being my decision, because I had severe symptoms from mono. I just couldn't get energy. I was always tired, and I felt congested and chronically sick. And you did your whole spiel. You said, Jen, if you really want to get better, eat my diet 100%. And I did, and I got better. So that was really
There's only one way, right? There's not a lot of ways to be healthy. People roll out into gimmicks and tricks and all kinds but you really got to get down to the basics.
Yeah, but I do think what's really cool for anyone starting or people struggling with it is the more you do it, the more cravings go away, the more temptation, the more bad side effects. It strengthens why you do this, and your body starts to respond to that. It starts to really say, hey, I like this. Keep it going.
The more you do it, the more you enjoy it and make it into it. Yeah.